I was just chilling, scrolling through my Facebook, and I came across this post that was talking about rape. And as I was reading the comments, a lot of people had very ignorant, uninformed opinions. It was shocking. It was shocking how many people agreed with the comments that were made. And I felt bad. I felt really bad. So I decided, let me record a video informing people, just talking about rape, forms of rape, consent, what consent looks like, what consent doesn't look like. Yeah, that could be a great video. So I'm going to change and come back here and have this conversation.
Yeah.
Way too good.
Yeah, I'm amazing. I be out there, guess what? Allegations.
Hi guys, hey GSQUAD, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. Please subscribe and join our happy family. So this video was not planned like you had from the intro. That's why I didn't set up my ring light and everything. I just looked for a spot with good lighting in the house and decided I'm gonna film this. We're gonna talk about this. There's a lot to unpack. Today we are talking all things rape, sexual assault, consent. I'm basically defining all these terms for you and just giving you an idea of what they really mean, because it's really shocking how many people are uninformed. And I'm trying to make society better bit by bit where I can, what I can do. So this is my part. First on the list is rape. By definition, rape is forced penetration using any body part or object. It can be vaginal, oral, or anal. So, keyword for rape is forced penetration. Leha kosna penetration, it's still sexual assault. Next, we're gonna talk about attempted rape. So, attempted rape, by definition, it fits the description of a rape. I mean, by strategies used, but they didn't go through with the act. There was no penetration, but the strategies used are quite similar to those of rape. That's why it's called attempted rape. Now we're gonna move on to what we could call types or forms of rape. There are countless, there are a lot. I think I list about 8 here, and that should give you enough information. Yes. First on the list, we have a stealthing, which is actually what led me to recording this video. So stealthing is when a partner secretly removes a condom during intercourse. It's a sexual offense. It is. It counts as rape. It's considered a rape because the agreement was we're using a condom and you removed it without your partner's consent. Consent was not involved, so that is rape. Next on the list is statutory rape, which is also known as age-related rape. So sexual actions with a minor, somebody below the age of consent, is considered rape because minors are in no position to give consent. They, number one, do not even understand what they are consenting to. So whether or not the minor agreed, you are in the wrong as the elder in the situation. Next on the list is incest. Incest is any sexual relation between relatives, that is a parent and child, uncle and niece, siblings, yeah, that kind of thing. It is also considered rape because the other is usually a minor, and the kind of relationship between the two. The other one has more authority and is in power to make decisions that could impact the minor, which means they have an equal, what do you call it? There's a legal term to it. Why am I acting like I didn't have law modules? Come on. But basically, when two people who are in different positions, like your employer and the employee, sexual relations between them are not fair because the other one is in a higher position and has authority, that kind of thing. I'll get into that a bit later. But yes, incest is considered rape. Next on the list, we have spousal or partner rape. Basically, what happens is when people are in a relationship, when people are married or exes, ex-husband, ex-wife, or just exes, rape can occur between them. Here's the thing. For sexual relations to occur, consent has to be given. Both parties have to be on the same page. So if the other one says no and you go ahead with it, that's rape. So whether you're married, whether you're in a relationship, rape can still happen. The other can still get raped, because if they say no and it happens anyway, they were violated. It's really straightforward like that. No consent equals rape. And then there's a forced rape by a threat of killing somebody or causing harm or injury to their body. If you have to threaten somebody to have intercourse with them, it's rape. And then there's a serial rape. Serial rape is basically rape, forced intercourse that happens over time to different people. The serial rapist, the perpetrator, has many victims and not just one person. So there are a lot of victims and a single perpetrator. There's also a gang rape whereby there are multiple perpetrators and a single victim. It can sometimes start off as just two people. The initial agreement was it's just the two of us, and then during the action more people join in without the victim's consent. And then there's what we call acquaintance rape, where the perpetrator is somebody you know. It could be a friend, an acquaintance, your co-worker, your neighbor. Basically, when somebody you know forces you to have intercourse with them. And then there's a substance-facilitated rape, where you use drugs, alcohol, or any other substance to compromise the other individual and get consent from them. That's cheating, y'all. That's cheating. So you obviously know it's rape, because you know if they were in their right state of mind, they would have said no. But now because you've compromised them, it's rape. So remember in the beginning, I said a rape involved penetration. So where there's no penetration, it is now considered sexual assault. So by definition, sexual assault is any unwanted touching, comments. Let me actually read. Sexual assault is unwanted and unwelcome sexual behavior that interferes with your life, work, or education. It's not rape, however, it makes you uncomfortable. So the harassment can be in many different contexts. Could be in public, at school, your workplace, or whatever. It can include actions such as sexual comments, physical contact, such as someone brushing your hair, someone making sexual comments, sexual behavior. So other sexual offenses include possession of child pornography. That is an offense. It's actually very offensive in Botswana. If you are found in possession of pornography on your phone, computer, or whatever, that's an offense. It's a crime here. Next on the list, we have forced sodomy. So forced anal and oral sex is a crime. If your partner is not willing to do that and you force them anyway, that's a crime. That is a crime. If you're gonna force somebody to do something, it's a crime, okay? Now, we're gonna move on to consent. I'm gonna define consent. I'm gonna talk about when and how consent can be withdrawn. Everything related to consent, we're going in now, okay? For an accurate definition, I'm gonna read it from the internet, okay? Consent is voluntary, sober, enthusiastic, informed, mature, and honest verbal agreement. Did you hear that? Sober, enthusiastic, honest agreement. Consent is never implied. Consent must be there every step of the way. So consenting to one activity does not guarantee consent to the next. For example, consenting to a kiss does not consent to removing clothes. Consenting to removing clothes does not consent to penetration. Consenting to vaginal penetration does not consent to anal penetration. So you have to ask for consent before every activity. It's not implied. You ask for it. Just because you're in a relationship with somebody, you're married to somebody, you've been flirting with somebody or whatever, doesn't mean they give consent to you having sex with them. Consent cannot be given by somebody who is underage, that is under the age of consent, or a baby, a teenager, like in their early teens. Come on. It cannot be given by somebody who is intoxicated. It cannot be given by somebody who is asleep. Like I said earlier, consent should be asked for before every activity. So consent is not really about receiving a yes instead of a no. You can ask open-minded questions to avoid killing the vibe, okay? Open-minded questions like, would you like this? Are you willing to? I'd really like if you tried this. That kind of thing, you know? Don't kill the vibe, but still ask for consent. Why am I even saying killing the vibe? Because that's what perpetrators say when somebody says no. They say you're killing the vibe. No, but to keep the atmosphere, you get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you don't have to ask straightforward questions to get a yes or a no answer, but make it, yeah, I gave you examples. Come on. Consent can be withdrawn at any point. If you feel uncomfortable, you are allowed to. You have every right to say no, let's stop this. Consent can be withdrawn at any point. I'm going to repeat this. So, just because somebody came over to your house, to your room, to your car, wherever, does not mean they consent to having sex with you. And they can even withdraw their consent, clothes removed, on your bed. They can withdraw their consent at any given point during whatever you're doing. Consent can be withdrawn at any point. Like, I need you to understand this. I need you to understand. You can't say, no, but we're so far ahead. No, but we're... If somebody says, no, let's stop this, they are allowed to, and you should allow them to walk away if they want to, okay? Withdrawing consent can be very challenging, but it needs to be verbal. Non-verbal communication is very tricky. It's challenging because just nodding your head or whatever can be misinterpreted. So you actually need to say, no, let's stop this. No, I don't want to do this anymore. It should be verbal. Same way with consent. It should be verbal. You should say, yes, I want to. Yes, I would like to. Yes, whatever, whatever. Not just nodding your head, not just body language. Body language complements to your verbal agreement. Body language is just, it follows up. It's not the main consent. You can't say, she didn't refuse. Did she say yes? She gotta say yes. He gotta say yes. Okay? I'm gonna end this by saying clothes, body language do not communicate consent. Just because somebody is wearing something, just because somebody is showing their nipples, showing their thighs, showing their whatever, does not mean they are consenting to having sex with you. Please stop this thing. This thing of asking, what were you wearing? Were you drunk? Were you this? Were you that? It's so annoying, and I just feel like, why are you doing that? That's so rude and just... What about sensitivity? Come on guys, please be better individuals. You can do better.
The verse of the video is...
Yeah,
Too good, nigga.
yeah, yeah,
Way too good.
yeah.
I'm editing this video right now and I realized I forgot to talk about something very important. Rape culture. Rape culture is basically an environment where rape has been normalized. it's viewed as inevitable. And behaviors like victim blaming, song lyrics that encourage rapey behavior, teaching people how to not get raped instead of teaching them not to rape at all. Yeah, those are the kind of behaviors you'd find in an environment that encourages rape culture. Stop it. If you ever find yourself questioning what somebody was wearing, what somebody was drinking, or whatever, basically questioning the victim, please stop it. Don't do that. You encourage that horrible behavior. Please stop it. Don't do that.